Welcome to this week's Confession of a Fitness Professional. I'm your Fit Pro, Andra Anderson, and we're gonna dive into this week's confession. In my 15 years as a fitness professional, I've learned a lot of things. Sometimes I've learned them the hard way, sometimes it comes a little more naturally. And I feel like it is the duty of experienced fitness professionals to share what they've learned about the industry with people who are new to the industry or individuals who are thinking about joining industry. So maybe you are a fitness enthusiast and you're here just because you love it and you want to learn more. Maybe you are a new fitness professional and sort of feeling like you haven't found your space yet. Or maybe you're thinking in the back of your mind, I want to try being a fitness professional. And maybe there's something that's keeping you from doing that. And my hope is these tips will help start a conversation, help spark something in you, and you will pursue it because it truly is one of the greatest jobs in the entire world. You get to be part of people's days, part of people's journeys. You get to see people challenge themselves and build a community, and there's nothing better than that. So let me help you. So I am a certified personal trainer through ACE, the American Council on Exercise. I am a certified group fitness instructor through AFA, American Federation. I should really know what that stands for, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't. Let's look it up. Athletics and Fitness Association of America. Whoops, that was one of the first ones I did. Over the years, I have been trained in a number of modalities and formats, including Zumba and the whole suite of what came with Zumba. So there was Zumba Strong, Zumba Basic 1, Zumba Basic 2. There was something else that I did with Zumba and I don't remember what it was, but I had 4. And then I got into the Powder Blue Productions modalities, which was PiYo, which then became part of Beachbody, which then included, I went to Beachbody and I got Insanity and Turbo Kick. Oh no, Turbo Kick was part of Powder Blue Productions also. So it was Turbo Kick and PiYo that were in Powder Blue, and then once it kicked over to Beachbody, then I joined that family and did Insanity. Now Beachbody is called Body. I don't have affiliation. Those are not offered as formats anymore or certifications in formats anymore, so I don't do those. But that opened up the world of, I went to barre and I went to yoga, and then I found my love, high fitness. So you sort of just keep adding on. So in all of those different formats and modalities, I've built a customer base. I've taught at, dozens and dozens and dozens of facilities like gyms, private areas, recreation areas. I work for myself, I teach for myself, all over the map. So let me impart some of my wisdom to you. Here we go. I have 10 tips for new instructors. So my confession of the week is, fitness is one of the greatest professions if you let it be. Fitness is one of the greatest professions if you let it be. It can be challenging. It can be frustrating, but it is one of the greatest professions. And I want to encourage you to consider it. There's room for everybody here. Okay, my first tip is take lots of classes. And it doesn't even matter what modality, what format the class is. Your goal with doing this is to learn different instructor styles, to hear how they explain things. I mean, even as a seasoned fitness professional, I love taking classes from other instructors because sometimes they'll use fewer words than I do. And I'm like, that is a fantastic way to describe that. Or they're really good at a particular style of movement, and you're like, oh, that's amazing. Or they'll kind of help to bridge the gaps or fill in the spaces that you're like not sure of. Take lots of classes. I mean, be a student and enjoy being a student. That is like anytime somebody asks me, what can I do to be a fitness professional? I'm like, that is your study. Go to classes. Will it be expensive? Yep, sure will. And even, oh my gosh, like when I was when I first started taking classes and teaching, classes were not that expensive. But now, I mean, I dropped like $45 for one class when I was doing my week of wellness in Chicago, taking a bunch of different modalities. It was like $45 to drop into one class, like crazy. Was it worth it? Yes, it was great. And let me tell you, some classes will leave you feeling great and some will leave you feeling not so good, but it is all good for your research in terms of what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say, how to feel. You'll get a feel for how the class operates, and you'll be able to then identify in your head what you want your community and your class to feel like. I feel like that set me up for more success than I even realized, just being a participant and taking classes and styles from a number of different people. That really, really helped. It'll help you find your own voice. Number 2, say yes at the beginning to everything. Just do it. Try everything. I have done everything from teach at family fitness nights, and I'm not a kid person. I performed at a like a dance for the dogs. There was we did a Zumba halftime show, which was fun. I performed at the Washington Mystics halftime show. I did a demo at a boat show. I mean, all over the map. I just said yes. Some of them were paid, some of them were not, but every single one of those experiences helped me identify what I like, what I don't like, what I'm willing to do, what I should be paid for those kinds of things. So just say yes. Anything that comes your way, figure out how to make it work. If anything is screaming no to you, I mean, obviously don't do that, but do your best when you become certified at first to just say yes to everything. Be open to any of those opportunities. Number 3, this is a big one, because when you go through the certification and you spend all the money and you spend all the time, you want to start making money and you want to start paying yourself back for it. So you think, okay, I can teach like 5 classes a week. That's great. I'm going to do 5 classes because there's 5 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll take this day off. I'll rest on Wednesdays, whatever it is. I could totally do it. Don't do that. Start small. Try 1 class a week. I know that might not seem a lot, and it's going to take you a long time from that 1 class a week to pay for your certification, but 1 class can easily become 2 classes, can easily become 3. Start small and be vigilant with that class. Show up all the time. Try your best not to cancel. Make that the one day that you are always available. That's how you build your community, because you're always there. You build the trust, you start to build the followers, and then you can take that group and say, okay, Monday's fun day Monday. What if we added a Wednesday? Oh my gosh, yes, let's add a Wednesday. So it can very quickly become more than one day, but starting with 1, loving that day, loving the people who come, loving preparing for that class and getting really good at it is gonna make you unstoppable. When I started, I had 2 classes, and that quickly catapulted to 11. And now I'm happy with 5. So you go all over the place, but remember, just start small. You can always add on. It's really heartbreaking to roll back on classes because you're overwhelmed. So start small. Number 4, practice. Know your content. There is nothing worse than going to a class as a participant and the instructor is like fiddling through notes, unsure, not confident, has no idea what's next. I do it for fun sometimes, like even in my high fitness class last night, I make my playlist like a couple days before. Sometimes I do it on the way there. But I'm 15 years in, so don't do what I do. And there was a moment where I was like, I don't know what's next. Let's find out together. And it's funny. It's fun. It's funny at the time. It would not be if that was my very first class. If it's your very first class, that playlist is playing in your ear at all times. If you have music with your class, you are obsessed with that playlist. You listen to it in the car. You listen to it while you're doing the dishes or the laundry. You are obsessed. You know the words. You know the changes in the style. You know the lyrics. You know all of the things. You know all of the beats. You know all of the beat drops. You know what goes with what. Know it, obsess over it, know your stuff. Once you have that foundation, then yes, you can ad-lib. There are some bar classes that it's sort of like I go on vibes. I'm just gonna go on vibes because I've taught so much and I have so much banked in my mental library that I can look at people and say, ooh, it looks like we could use some hip openers. Here we go, take it to the side. Or if I see people are smashing whatever I'm offering, I'm like, we're gonna add a challenge, but start by knowing and practicing. For my first class for Zumba, I probably practiced that material for like 3 weeks before I even taught that first class. And I felt really good about it. And when you feel really good about it, then you can direct your attention to the people who are important, which are your participants. Then it's just sort of, it's second nature to you. You could be like, your body just does it. Your body just does it. That's the best part. And it makes people feel more confident too. Number 5, develop a style. So this goes back to that very first one where I said, go take classes, hear other instructors, observe other instructors, observe the other class participants. Developing your style is so key to longevity in this profession. You can kind of mimic, copy other people, but they're going to continue to evolve. So if you want to mimic and copy somebody, you're literally stuck with just what you've learned from them. You have no idea what their next move is. And this does include, a style includes when you show up, how you show up, your music, your presentation. It includes if you have like a business card or stickers or some kind of giveaway. It includes all of those different elements. And it's what you say also, like what do you want your catchphrases to be? If you quizzed any of my community members now, the things that they would tell you are probably, you can do anything for 30 seconds and it'll be fun, I promise. And don't we all love a good chair? Like for yoga class, you could ask any of them and they would be able to tell you, like it becomes to a point where it's like a drawstring, like you know what she's going to say. And it's funny, it's fun. Number 6 is pretty close to number 5. So number 5 was develop a style. And number 6 is feel the part. And by that, I mean, own it. So I felt, and even now, I just had this feeling of kind of like imposter syndrome. I mean, I've been teaching for a long time. I know I'm good. I know what I'm good at. And I've been teaching at a facility for quite a while. And I wasn't like turned down for a job, but they offered a yoga position to somebody else. And that person, like, it's gonna sound wrong, looks like a yoga instructor. I fell prey to that, and I still do, there's a certain composition of a body, there's a certain look, there's a certain feel for a person. So most people probably would not identify me as a yoga instructor because I have energy and I'm hype and I wear bright colors and I play music in my classes, and I'm not like, namaste y'all, like I'm not a chill person. That's just never been my thing. But there are some people, like some yoga instructors I've met, who are just like, namaste, Mother Earth is amazing, like I can't like that. And the person that they have coming in is like that. And sometimes that's just what people want because that's what they think yoga is. But everybody that comes to my yoga classes loves them and loves the style. So feeling the part, sometimes you're gonna have that imposter syndrome of, but I don't have a 6-pack, or my shoulders aren't cut, or I'm not 5'11", or whatever it is, or I don't have that brand of clothing. That was me for a long time. Like I like wore, and there's nothing wrong with it. This is great. I wore like bargain workout outfits. I had nothing that matched, and over time my style evolved to do that. I love being matchy. Like I love having my rings match my shirt, matches my earrings, and I like wearing fun colors, and that has taken time to develop that style, but that is not at all connected to the kind of teacher that you are. People might love what you're wearing, they might like the way you look, but ultimately they're gonna remember how you made them feel. And that is worth far more than brand name clothing, matching sets. How you make people feel and how you challenge them and help them discover themselves, that is everything in being a fitness professional. That is everything. All right, so number 7, this is an important one. Listen up. So I remember at the beginning I said say yes to all opportunities. That is your discovery phase. You're figuring out what is out there, what is possible, what do I like, what do I not like, who do I like to work for, who do I not like to work for. Remember, at the end of the day, you need to, and this is number 7, be loyal to you, not to a brand, not to a company, not to a facility, because at the end of the day, you have to answer to you. You are responsible for you. And a company, even if you've worked for them for 15 years, there's no guarantee that they're gonna give you exactly what you want. No guarantee. I kind of like it. One of the facilities where I teach, and I've taught since the beginning, it changes, it's at a college, and I'm here. It changes with the calendar year, it changes with the semester. I kind of like having seasons of fitness and having the ability. One thing, and I talk about this with one of my fitness instructor friends, like she has had the same clients for like 7 years or something crazy like that, and meets with them the same day and the same time. And I'm like, I could not do that. I need to switch it up. So I found places where I can do that. I have seasons where I'm like, okay, in the spring, we have our 6 classes here. In the fall, we have our fun fall class. I love doing stuff like that. That works for me and my personality, and I like consistency, but I also like the opportunity to change it up just a little bit. So remember, like, even though I've taught at this facility forever, I still am not in a position where I call the shot. I can give recommendations for what I'd like to teach, and they say yes or no. They say yes or no. I don't have that option. So remember to be loyal to you. Fight for what you want. Be in the places that you want to be in. And if something doesn't feel right, it isn't. It's not right. So at the end of the day, don't put all of your coins, don't put all of your eggs in one place, because you will be heartbroken, probably. Not trying to scare you. Not trying to scare you. It's great to start off, but diversify yourself. Go work at other places. And if you have places that have that non-complete, run. Non-compete clauses, run. I taught for a facility like that, and it's such an ego thing, and it's stupid, and it does not serve you. Okay, speaking of stopping and running, number 8, stop. If it's no longer fun. Fitness is supposed to be fun, and yes, it's hard work, and yes, I have spent countless hours picking music, researching, practicing, sending emails, writing content, making stuff for social. Yes, it is time consuming. It is time consuming, but it should be fun at the end of the day. There might be pieces of it that aren't as fun, that you don't like as much, but it should be fun. And if it ever becomes not fun, that's your stop point. Take a break, or leave. I've seen a lot of people start and leave because it's no longer fun. And you know what? That's how you should do it. That should be your motto for life. Stop if it's no longer fun. Number 9, some people won't like you, and that's okay. You are not, I hate this, you are not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. You don't need to be. We need lots of instructors who offer lots of different styles, who are representative of lots of different individuals and cultures, and it's important. It's important to have that diversity. Some people just will never like you. Sometimes because it's you. Sometimes because, I don't know, maybe you used to be friends with somebody that they knew and it didn't end well, or used to be in a relationship with someone they knew and it didn't end well. Whatever it is, you're gonna have people in your corner no matter what. And you're gonna have people that just don't like you. And that's okay. And they might not like your style, but guess what? There are people who are gonna love what you have to offer, and they're gonna fiercely love it, and they're gonna bring their friends in to love it. And that's great. Focus on them. If I focus on the people that didn't like me, fitness wouldn't be fun. Yeah, I've totally had people leave my classes before. It hasn't happened in a while. We have a joke now where my regulars, sometimes they're like, listen, I have to like pop out a little early. And I'm like, that's fine, but here's what you need to do. As you leave, you need to turn around and say, I hate it here, and walk out, because it's just so funny. No, but really, it will happen. People might walk out of your class, and it's okay. Sometimes it has nothing to do with you, and sometimes they just don't like you, and that's okay. I have walked out. I try my best as a fitness professional not to do that. I have walked out on one class because I just didn't want to be there. It wasn't great. That's okay. but there will be people who fiercely love you for what you have to offer. And number 10, I can't believe we're here already. Listen, it is your job, it is your duty as a fitness professional to keep your certifications current. Keep learning, keep finding new formats, keep your credits up, because that is how you stay relevant, that's how you stay in the know, that's how you keep your participants safe, and how you find ways to challenge. And keeping up with your certifications can also be that part of number 1, taking lots of classes. So right now, my next venture is an additional barre Pilates certification. So I'm taking some like online classes right now for that. I'd love to take some in person, they're just kind of far away. It's good to, and even if you don't teach that particular format, you're learning a teaching style, you're learning a new modality, you're moving your body, you're reminding yourself what it's like to be a newbie in an environment. So it's super important to do that. So those are my tips for new instructors or those who are thinking about joining the fitness profession. It is truly one of the greatest jobs in the world. It is. And I look forward to seeing you conquer it. And if you are a new instructor and you want to reach out and chat, let me know. I'm happy to share even more and learn more about your journey. It's so fun when I have past client or people that were clients. So teaching for a college, I have a lot of clients that are with me, they're students, and then they go off into the world. So it's really fun when they reach back out and they're like, I got certified in this, or I'm going to start teaching HIIT or whatever it is. And it's so cool. So I love seeing that. And I wish you the best of luck, and you could totally do this, and there's space for you, and you're going to rock it. All right, that is our confession for the week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you for the next one very soon.